Hello, my name is Lisa Rudd. I am making this video from Kernersville, North Carolina. I've been a North Carolina native all my life. Currently, this is near Greensboro and Winston-Salem. I practice at Cone Health in a medical surgical floor, mostly telemetry and congestive heart failure. Before that, I was on a progressive care floor working with cardiovascular surgery patients. So from this, I have come up with a project that I would like to do for my practitioner, and it's centered upon training for either med-surg nurses or progressive care nurses to be able to handle patients that are of higher acuity of care. So it's very often, especially in our COVID pandemic, patients will come to units of lower acuity care, but then present as being more critical. So the nurses on those floors have to respond appropriately while waiting for a bed in ICU or for rapid response to come. So I'm finding out that a lot of times there's really a lack of education on these basically interfaces between medical surgical level of care and progressive level of care and progressive level in ICU. And there's also an eliteness, so that ICU nurses are viewed of as being of a certain caliber and not wanting to share that level of knowledge to someone who may not be ICU, and et cetera down the line. And so I think there needs to be a lot more of emphasis on building your skill set, building your rapport of different levels, and also knowing what to do in different types of situations, so that a lot of times when you're presented with someone that's more acute in needs, that you're not panicked and not knowing what to do. And just really, again, just it helps with, again, your professional development. So I think that a lot of nurses do feel a little bit siloed in their particular department and also in their level of care. So I'd like to see a change in that. I personally have encountered many instances of patients that basically rapid couldn't get there fast enough. I've had been on a 30 bed unit, only one nurse tech. Basically, the nurse is the nurse and the nurse tech. We have 7 patients. One of my patients had to be emergently intubated within 5 minutes of becoming short of breath, had flash pulmonary edema. Also, there were several very critical things happening at the same time. And so it's really important, especially when you are limited in resources and really stretched to your capacity as a floor nurse, to have some of that critical care knowledge and skills for how to keep your patient safe and stable while waiting for more advanced care personnel to come and for the person to be, that transition to ICU, because I do think that matters a lot, both in the confidence of the nurse as well as in the outcomes of the patient. So for me, the silo of care and also the siloed educational resources and knowledge and continuing education is pretty limited, and an area that I'd like to focus on. I know that new grads, they tend to have their orientation period in whatever unit they're on, and then it's pretty much, oh, well, you're trained and that's it. And there's no further need for you to get any more training or really educational support. And I feel that way even when you go to another unit. Like I went to a unit, the CHF unit, you get a few weeks of training and then, oh, bam, you're at no more training for your lifetime. So I do feel that's a area that I'd like to work on. Obviously, when I become a nurse educator, I think lifetime learning and ongoing learning is important, as well as nurses should feel comfortable in expressing areas that they feel they need more knowledge and support in, without it going on their employee file of, oh, well, they said they were weak on this area. We need to formally document that, so if they don't get, achieve a certain level of competency, we're going to punish them and say in their performance review that they were weak on this area. I think that's something I've felt that lack of support and management of most nurses in general are unwilling to express areas that they feel weak because they feel that they would be held against them instead of being viewed as an opportunity to really feel supported and encouraged. So my goal, short term for this semester, is to change that philosophy and that belief, and long term, would like there to be philosophy and mind shift change. So welcome to the course, and look forward to meeting y'all. On a personal note, I am married, no kids. We have a kind of adopted a little cat that was kind of a stray in our neighborhood. Was a neighbor's cat that had taken care of that little cat, but the neighbor moved, and now she's sort of become ours. And then hobby-wise, right now I don't have any hobbies because I'm in school, but I do like preschool and pre-pandemic. I like to listen to music and like to walk and go hiking. And again, I hope we all learn a lot this semester and look forward to meeting everyone. Thank you.